Well, man, you know, we back again, you know what I'm saying? This segment 2 of 73 restoration. This is a truck, you gotta get the truck, man. This is the truck. This is a project right here, you know, this is 73 Ford F-100. We did segment 3 already. I mean, segment 1, This segment 2. You know, just trying to get it right. Got some other stuff going on, you know. Just pull my carburetor off, and I had that rebuilt and all that. Work the way around to the front here. This is what I'm working on. Right now, you see the carburetor gone. You know, the carburetor's gone. You know, I've got to get new gaskets and stuff put on there. You know, that's the carburetor. You know, I did some little minor stuff. Brake booster. Brake master cylinder. Shit, that's new. You gotta bleed that. Bleed my brakes and everything. Right here, the grill's loose. I'm trying to get the grill off and the bumper and all that. The whole front. Go ahead and redo the whole front and the core support and get it all cleaned up and take my engine bay, get all that firewall, all that cleaned up in the inside in here. Got a few rust spots and shit that I gotta get taken care of, but you know, ain't no thing with that. Just main thing, I'm just trying to get the front of it. You know, the stuff I can do. Yeah, you know, we got a little primer here. I had started sanding. You know, here's another thing: when you sand in metal, if you don't have a garage or anything, you know, if you're outside, you know, when you sand metal, never leave it bare. You gotta go ahead and you gotta have some primer on hand, a sealer primer, filler primer, Rust-Oleum filler primer. I prefer that because it fills all the pits and all that stuff. Then you can sand it, wet sand it, and then slicking it out. And never leave it bare. So all the front part right here gonna be cleaned up and painted black. The inside right here, again, these gotta be cleaned up. Got the new solenoid over here. I gotta redo that. Gotta get a new ignition coil. All this stuff. Most of the stuff in here is original. You know, the motor, like I say, it was rebuilt in the 90s, so it doesn't have that many miles on it. Might have like maybe 60, 70,000 miles on it, on this motor here. But, you know, it got to be freshened up. Truck's been sitting, this is 2011, so truck's been sitting since 2002. That was the last time it was on the road. So I'm just trying to put it back together or whatever. So this is my project. And take the air conditioner, the blower motor out. This is the original air conditioner. Original, all original. This is original. You know, evaporator, all that shit. Oh, that's original. Service instructions by Ford. But I went with a C4 transmission. It was a standard 3-speed standard shift in the column. So what I did, I didn't want that. So not that I can't drive standard, but you know, I'd rather have an automatic. You know, so a lot of stuff I got to change over. So I got it in, but I got to now find a steering column for a 73 or 74, maybe a 75. You know, they all work up to like 77, where I think the wiring harness is different, if I'm not mistaken.
And remember, if you have one, we buy, sell, and trade.
Yeah, we buy, sell, and trade. Cause I'm hurting for parts, man. You know, parts are real scarce, and I found a couple, but they want arms and legs for them. So, if you got any of those parts, man, you know, hit me back, man. I need them. You know, I need steering column and all that so I can put the shift, so I can hook up my shift linkage and all that stuff to my transmission, so I can actually drive the truck. But you know, it's just something I'm working on. So I had the truck for about a year and a half now. So actually 2 years. Let's say 2 years. So valve covers. This is a 302. You know, a small block 302. I thought about going with a bigger engine, but I might just keep this 302 and just take it apart, pull it out, and freshen it up a little bit, and take it out, freshen it up, you know, repaint it, make it look nice in here, you know, just restore the whole engine bay. Then I got to do my floors. My floors are rust, you know, on these trucks from like you know, most older trucks like through 68, through 79, they got problems with the floors rusting. I don't know why that is. Might be the insulation that they put in them, or they sold it. Sometimes, you know, that moisture, and they hold the water and shit like that. But, you know, they have a real bad problem with rusting out. So I got some rust issues in the floor. But here's the inside. It looks pretty fucked up. It's coming. Well, the dash has been. This is the color I'm going with. It's bright caramel, and it's a Ford color. I don't know if you can see the color. It's kind of like a copperish, goldish. Yeah, it's like a copperish, goldish color. And what I did is I took it and I sanded it down, wet sanded it, and then I re-cleared it. So I got to re-clear it again. I got to fix all my clusters, gauge clusters, and all that stuff. Steering wheel has to be replaced. I got to delete the clutch pedal because I don't have a standard anymore. So just leave my brake pedal. But you know, these new door panels and all this stuff right here. These are original door panels. These are original. From 73. This is the ones that came with this truck. And this truck here in particular was built. This truck here in particular was built in 1973. In July of 1973 in Louisville, Kentucky. And I found that through the VIN number on the truck. It was built in Louisville, Kentucky. So, like I said, it got a few rust issues, but they're gonna be taken care of. And, you know, like my bed. That's another thing about these trucks. The beds rot out. You know, this truck was actually, the sad thing about this truck, see you got little rust issues right here, little rust and shit. Sad thing about this truck sat under a tree all those years. And you know, the leaves, they got in here, held moisture, and rusted out the bed. But from what I hear, this truck was put back together and it had a nice paint job on it. When I got it, it was painted like a shit brown. And they actually called this truck doo-doo brown. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back with the original color, which is brown, but it's kind of like a goldish brown, which is a nice color, and you don't see it too much, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back with that. But the inside, you know, we got the inside here. We got a lot of shit. And this is a bracket, you know, for the grill. I redid. It was all rusted out, and this is just a minor thing. You know, all this has been repainted, so, you know, it's been redid and cleaned up. And here's my carburetor. This original 2-barrel Motorcraft. This is original 2-barrel carburetor. Most old school Fords has 2 barrels. And some Chevrolet, which, you know, Chevrolet's General Motors, they have 4-barrel. But this is a 2-barrel carburetor. And I might change the intake and go with a 4-barrel carburetor, you know, for a little bit more power. But as of now, this one right here has to be, you know, rebuilt, because, you know, all those years, you know, sitting up, gas sitting in there, varnishing shit up, and you have problems with the truck cranking and all that stuff. I mean, the truck does run. Motorcraft, you know, Motorcraft. You see it, Motorcraft. Ford. This is Ford. No Chevrolet, Ford. No Chevrolet. We don't mess with Chevy. You know, I don't do the Chevy thing. I know you got Chevy enthusiasts. You know, people might hate me for saying this, but look, I'm a Ford man. I love Ford. And, you know, a lot of people say found on road, dead. But, hey, you put anything, I wouldn't put anything before a Ford. I just put it that way. Shit. If this mother run on 2 cylinders, you get a Chevrolet, anything goes wrong with a Chevrolet, the bitch just cut off and quit running. Like this one run on 2 cylinders. Anyway, I had to throw that in there. But anyway, you know, segment 2, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get back to segment 3. You know, hopefully I move forward, you know what I'm saying? Had a little progress, you know, with the front end, you know, it should be redid. All the bushings under the bottom, I'm going to have to redo all that stuff. But, you know, we got segment 3 coming up. So this is segment 2, and just stay tuned, baby.